everyone, happy Valentine's Day. To celebrate the month of love in New Estate Baptist Church, we're going to be speaking to 5 different couples from different age groups. Tell us about their love experience so far in their marriage. Thank you for watching and God bless you.
My name is Okechukwu Oje and this is my wife, Iyoluwa Oje.
My name is Solomon and this is my wife. Two popular names they call her by Precious and Odo. Mr. and Mrs. Pat Beatrice Enepe.
My name is Chidi Kuchi, a member of New Estate Baptist Church. That's my wife, Mrs. Kachi Uche. I call her babe. When she's good, when is not good, I call her Kachi.
Singlet and short.
Well, as per ideal Valentine's Day, I'm personally not very big on Valentine's Day. If I can get time to spend at home with my wife, maybe go on visitation with grandma or something, just be able to stay at home all day, eat, drink, and just sleep away from Lagos stress and plenty hustle. I think that does it for me.
I've spent the last 4 Valentine's Day at work, so yes, typically work. And then my husband remembers sent me that I would like to be at a good hotel on Valentine's Day. Or intercontinental guy. Intercontinental makes sense. Yeah, I would like to do on Valentine's Day, but I'll settle for work.
I do Valentine's Day. Well, let me be honest with you, I'm not very romantic. She's what I always, talk more about Valentine, and sometimes she tried to do some things for Valentine, maybe, we're going out, away. But, basically Valentine has always been, for me, because of the ministry-based situation that I faced, I always use it as a way to, or a time to just remind ourselves of the need to have genuine love for one another, and then to also make sure that we don't go out of board in terms of how we express that genuine love. Valentine's Day is, for me, I've always been a day to go home and stay with your family. And not one of the type that go out celebrating on Valentine's Day. So that's how I've always been from.
Okay, so I do Valentine's Day. These 82 for here. Isn't so a long day. It's a day where I kind of would love to talk about my love life and my journey so far, and how we can get better areas of improvement, and also take good time to think about how it all started.
So me, the first thing he asked me to be his girlfriend. It's my ideal Valentine's Day.
Prefer to stay at home, make plans at home, buy food, watch a movie, just stay at home and enjoy each other's company. Just have fun, just talk, and just enjoy each other's company. It has to be low. We cannot even do like no. Okay. First of all, I'd say that he has big feet. Yeah, I love it because buying shoes are just I can just say I don't know your shoe size, or they don't have your shoe size. I love that, so I can save my money on not buying shoes for him. But yeah, that's one. Two, though, he's not a picky eater at all. So When I'm in the mood to cook, he eats. When I'm not in the mood to cook, he eats. And then whatever I just drop there, the guy will just eat it. It's fantastic. And then next, he's very attentive. He's very. Sometimes when I'm talking and then I tend to be a bit sometimes it doesn't need me here, but sometimes he really did not hear and then he just wants to listen. But yeah, he's quite attentive. And need I say, when he has money, he will be yeah, when he has money, you know, because the guy just starts spending, and I told him, money is good, you know. I told him. When there's yeah, so when he has money, I know he doesn't hide the money. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. I think one thing that stands out for me that I absolutely love is the fact that she's flexible. Okay, so I'm not saying she's not physically flexible. I'm talking about psychological flexibility.
I don't get it.
No, she's physically very flexible. Very flexible. But psychologically, sometimes we enter some really dicey situations with family and people. So at those times, you really want to be with somebody who is not set in their ways, who doesn't insist on things being done this way. Someone who is able to bend and accommodate. So for me, that helps us avoid a lot of troubles, a lot of drama. That's one. The second is that she's spontaneous. Lots of things that you don't have to plan for. You know, life is almost set, like block, this block, that block. You go out in the morning, you come back in the evening, you work. Weekends you go to church and all of it. So it's refreshing to sometimes just get out of the routine, just do something out of the blue. It brings life to everything else. That's second for me. And to top that is the fact that she knows how to make light of very, very serious things. Sometimes you are just overwhelmed by the fact that something is so enormous, like I have to deal with this, I have to deal with it. She's like, calm down. It's not like this, not like it doesn't take away from the problem that you have to solve, but it just helps me personally, helps me calm down and be able to look at things with a little more relaxed mind, and it helps me solve my problems.
Well, what's the nicest thing he has ever gotten from me is not something that money can buy. That's the truth. His care, his love for the family is the nicest thing he has ever given me, and he's still giving unto us, not only to the children also. I can tell you that my husband can go any length to make us happy. He sacrificed a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. Even people around us can testify to that. So, and I continue to pray that God will give him the grace to continue to do that for us in Jesus' name.
Amen. So there's so many nice things. She does most of the physical giving. So she bought me shoes, she bought me shirts, she bought me trousers, she bought me boxers, stockings, Christmas clothes, Thanksgiving clothes. She's if we are going to quantify the amount of things in terms of giving, she has outnumbered me.
Three things I love about her. Look at her, she's beautiful. Who doesn't love a beautiful thing? She's a very strong person. She has a very strong personality, and so she's not the, let me say, the gummy type. She has her plans well thought out. So, and she's very matured. Those are the things I love about her.
Okay, so one thing I love about him that I've come to appreciate and imbibe is a bit of his carefree attitude. I've always been the type that will make plans and make sure it goes through and sit through everything. But yeah, I've observed him over the years and I found out that sometimes even with his carefree attitude, things still get done. And I'm like, so why all this sitting up so tight? You know, get loose, let the head down, and let time pass sometimes. That's one good thing I've learned about him. The other thing I love about him is the fact that he is highly domesticated. On a tired day, even if I've been at home all day busy and he comes in and I tell him I'm hungry, coming back from work, we go and fix dinner. So that's one thing I love about him. And the other thing I love about him is that when he's in the mood, he listens and he thinks through things being discussed. So sometimes on the surface, he would like to put up this I'm a man thing, but I've come to realize that deep down, I'm in control.
She's in control.
Okay, when the first time I met, there was no first time. Well, we grew up in New State together, so we've all known each other. But the first time I was formally introduced as his, did you formally introduce as his girlfriend? So somehow, and his dad is real nice. Was very accommodating. He likes me. I'm his only daughter, so yeah, it was very nice. It was okay. It was just, and we've always had that relationship. Like, what do you want? Whenever I come to the house, what do you want? Are we eating? Should we cook for you? They know what I don't like. They don't include it in their food whenever I'm coming around. So you know this kind of food. Yeah. So it was just a daughter-father relationship. That's always been there.
First time I met her dad officially. But it was a meeting, like we planned it. Come so and so day, and so it was. Well, it was scary at first. But then it turned out to just mostly be like a conversation, bits of counsel here and there. So essentially, it was a good meeting, and I think that after that meeting, all the pressure and all the tension reduced a bit, and living accommodating.
Well, he didn't say something. My dad wasn't quite accommodating at first.
Yes, but then
He
along the
wasn't-
line, after kabashing, praying, begging God,
After about 3 years,
Yeah.
finally agreed.
he agreed, and then he did not agree.
Yeah, it was
Back
off
and
and on.
forth for like about 3
About 3
years.
years.
My first impression was that she's hardworking. I will not say God fearing now because at that time I wasn't born again. Hardworking, respectful, beautiful, loving.
My own impression about him, my first impression, he was a banker then. His dressing was one of the things that attracted him to me, the way he dresses appropriately. And I knew him through a friend, so it's like, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So I just pictured him the way I saw that friend that I knew him.
I'm trying to think because the reason why I'm trying to think is that while we were dating, ours was not too. We had distant dating because most of the time he was in pastor school, I was in school also. So most of the things, okay, the thing I would say the dearest thing then there was no phone, but to use our money to buy a Nitel card. Nitel card, yes. And it was very expensive. But I'll say that when I get my own pocket money, that's the first thing I'm going to buy. Then we have time. He will go to school in seminary. They will put a time. And where the Nitel box is in my school, that's Federal Polybound Children, it's very far to the part. But no matter how, I will leave class because I want to talk to you. So we must be on time. In fact, I will beg people at that booth and say, please, I beg, this call is very, very important. So that's one of the things that I will say, Kai. I went that we did that was very, very daring to us then. So, and I think on his own time, at his own aim too, for me, I would say that is it. But our relationship was kind of more distant because the time is going to come, it's going to be like August to September. The other time is in school and in school. So maybe has.
Yes, the Nitel school where you have to go and queue. You queue and wait from like 7 till 9 in the night. As one person, and you can't tell the person quick, speak quick. So you have to wait. The person will take his time.
Okay, so it's a funny one. That was before we got married, and I was walking to work in London, and I was on the phone with him, and I almost got hit by a car. And I sat back and asked myself, "That's so love for Kiwi." So whenever I remember that, and in London, cars don't speed the way they speed here. So imagine getting to a point where a car actually have to honk for you to bring you back to reality. Love will kill me. Love will kill me. We stay here for life.
Well, my memory for her will be when I was with her in the delivery room when she was giving birth to our first son. I mean, it was more like near-death experience. I was like, is this what women pass through to just have a baby? I mean, they're all mature, two people, we are together, did the whole thing, and one person is suffering the pain. So, I mean, it made me to appreciate her and appreciate every other woman that has passed through that. That memory, I still remember it till today, how the baby popped out and everything. It's wonderful.
Handwritten, no. Via text, I still have records. Yes, I have. I keep this stuff. Like I have it saved in my Dropbox. I have it saved in my Dropbox.
Okay. I don't know. I cannot remember.
I remember she has.
Oh, I have.
I still have it.
Fantabulous. Oh, I have. Yes.
I do. I still have it.
Okay, yes. So yes, I have.
I can make it available if you want.
Why?
It was good. We spoke literally every time.
Talked about everything.
Yeah, talk about everything. It started as a friendship, which was very important because, at the time when we first really started talking, I was like going through some downtimes in school. So he was kind of like the person who was like always there for me. He was always checking up on me, asking how I was doing. So we literally spoke every time, every day, about everything, literally. And then I'm like quite inquisitive, so I would ask a lot of questions about anything and everything. And he was always open and truthful, which was another thing I kind of really liked, because he was like quite honest, and sometimes my questions can be very silly, but he was extremely honest with his answers and truthful. So communication was really nice. Sometimes I wish we could talk as much as we used to talk then. Not like we don't talk as much.
One thing we do, but most of it is now like.
Yes, the fact that you don't see each other and then you have to ask how was your day. So yeah, communication was really good. Still is good.
During dating it was good, seriously.
It was good, honestly. I do not think I have anything more to add. But yes, communication was really good with it, and it still is. So, how did I ask her to be my girlfriend? I made a website.
Yeah, you did.
Sitting at home.
Left for me, I would like to celebrate this year's Valentine with him, our children, and their families. Be together. That is myself and himself who started the journey with the seed that God has given us through the union.
Right? Since you have said so, that's what it's going to be. So there is no, she has made a request openly in the church now. So which means we are going to plan towards that. But otherwise, we have not had that discussion before. But now that she has said it openly, it's a request, and that's I'm going to grant it.
So where would you like to go, ma?
Yesterday I was watching television and I saw friends going to the beach. I just thought within myself, it's a long time we went to the beach. Maybe this year I want to take my children and grandchildren to the beach.
But the beach it is.